guys, this is Ken with MinnoTank, and I have Paul Toback, the CEO and co-founder of Sproing Fitness. And this section is called How Did You Get Here? We want to hear about your startup journey, what your personal experiences in business, and how you arrived at building Sproing Fitness. And Paul, I know you have a story to tell. So give us a little bit about you and your business partner and how you guys converged your expertise and your ideas into making Sproing Fitness.
Ken, thanks. Yeah, it's a pretty funny story. We like to say we've gone in reverse. We ran big companies and big divisions of big companies and are now running the smallest company or one of the smaller companies in our industry. And here's how it started. So I'm a runner and I love to run on the beach. And as I ran on the beach, I had this idea for a soft surface running machine. And I went to the only networking event I've ever been to in my life, reluctantly. And I ran into a guy I knew from Life Fitness, the biggest equipment manufacturer. And I said, I've got this idea. If you ever knew anybody who might be able to help me figure out how to actually bring it to life, that would be great. He said, you should call my friend, Steve. I called this guy, Steve Lenz, who's now my business partner. Steve had been the head of engineering at Life Fitness, Life being the biggest manufacturer of treadmills and ellipticals, and now a division of Brunswick. And I had just come off of being the CEO at Bally. And I told him my idea, and I was super excited about it. And I pitched him, and he said, well, let's build a prototype. And I kept waiting for him to tell me how excited he was for the idea. And he was very reluctant because he, like I, had seen tons and tons and tons of ideas. People come in and say that they invented the newest thing in fitness and it wound up being something that exercised this tiny muscle here or this little muscle in your hand. None of it was really mainstream. So Steve, without ever having met, we talked over the phone a number of times. He built me a prototype out of 2x6 lumber, camping mattresses, and lawnmower tires. He came up, we shook hands, we assembled it in my garage. So we have the traditional start in the garage story. And we both got on it and we looked at each other and we went, holy S. We went, oh my God. Because it felt just like it needed to feel. It felt perfect. It felt easy on the body. It felt natural in the movement. And we said, we have something. And so we went from there. We continued to build in the garage and we tried different surfaces and we tried different fluids, airs and waters and foams. And we continued to grow from the garage. And Sproing was basically built out of that momentum over a 2-year period. What would have taken a normal company 5 years to do, we did in 2. We got all the IP secured. We got the prototypes built. We took them to trade shows. We had consumer feedback on it, everything you could do. And then we were ready and we took it to market. But it really was born in the garage out of lawnmower tires, camping mattresses, and lumber.
I love it. So talk to me about a little bit about your experience at Bally's and then Steve's experience. I know you touched on him being the ex-VP of engineering at Lifestyle. So talk to me about the two of them coming together, because that's a lot of, you were the largest purchaser of treadmills in the world and they were the largest producer. So talk to me about what you see in the market potential, because that must be a lot of insider knowledge that you already have.
So here's what we said. I would go to trade shows every year and I'd meet all the big manufacturers. And especially when I was running Bally, they pull us aside and show us the super secret hidden stuff that was behind the curtains and in the locked rooms. And it was always the same thing. It was always the same treadmill and the same elliptical. One year, the biggest manufacturer had a massive unveil with a brand new product that they bought ads in all the trade magazines. And the difference, what it was a treadmill painted white. We were like, huh? We didn't understand. So again, the
Apple route? Like what? What is it?
It was an emperor has no clothes. There was nothing new, right? There hasn't been real innovation in fitness, certainly in a mainstream cardio piece. If you think about this, the stunning thing about this industry is there have only been 5 pieces of cardio equipment ever invented. Treadmill, bike, elliptical, stepper, rower. That's it. There's been nothing new. And I used to say, whoever comes up with the 6th piece of cardio will really be the ones to have unlocked the code. And we think that's us. So we, after all these trade shows and seeing nothing new, we were excited to come up with something that actually not only was new and not only was different, but it solved the key problem, which was how do I go intensely, but continue to do it without getting injured and wrecking my body? And again, the more we dug into the problems with the treadmill, the more we knew we were onto something right. Steve had 20 plus patents in the United States and overseas on treadmills and ellipticals before I ever met him. And I, bought cardio equipment, left and right. We were at some points, we bought so much cardio equipment, we owned the entire production lines for some of the manufacturers. But the truth is, I stopped even paying attention to which lines we bought because it didn't matter. They were all the same. It was all about price and warranty. And so for us, once I realized that nobody really cared because there was nothing new to buy, this breakthrough really to us seemed like we were onto something amazing and that we had the potential for this to be huge. And we've got more than just selling equipment. We have a vertical for selling equipment. We have a vertical for running, operating these fitness studios, which are the hottest trends now. And Sproing allows you to be a high-intensity interval training studio in a better way than anybody else on the market. And then finally, our ability to do and create a home product, which we've been working on and already have a prototype on, which could basically bring us into the Peloton market. What Peloton's done is capitalize on a home market that's existed for years. They've just done it by fusing two technologies they don't own, the bike and the iPad. We actually own the IP on ours. And so the ability to bring a machine that's way more versatile, that we actually own and can protect, I think is really, that's really some of the secret sauce that we bring to the table.
Yeah, Paul, you stole the words out of my mouth. So I told you whenever you first called me, you said, hey, I need a pitch to your network. I said, I'd much rather you have a continual revenue stream. Selling a one thing once is completely fine. It's a great model and you have a big fat TAM out there. But the fact is that, tech companies, one of the beauty of what we do is we do subscription services. We sell over and over again to the same people. We keep selling a continual service. And so when you told me that Sproing Fitness absolutely could not only play in the Peloton market, but in a much more intelligent way because you own the IP to what you do. All you'd have to do is slap on an iPad and create, some training courses, and it's completely possible. And I said, I'm done. I'm sold. Get on my network. So, Paul, right. I love it. It's really interesting and intelligent, especially as we've all seen the value that companies just like Peloton have paved the way for. And, I see you as like a perfect model of, you have extreme expertise. You have Orange Theory and these other smaller firms that are much more focused on being better to your body. So the CrossFit model is kind of gone. The destroying your body is kind of over. That man, the aggressive, like testosterone-driven thing is leaving. Orange Theory is coming in where we're healthier. We're taking care of your body. We're moving to efficiently use your time. And then you owning all the IP to what you do kind of opens you up for a lot of opportunities, if I'm not mistaken.
These treadmill studios can go anywhere and they can go everywhere, and they are. And so, Ken, you and I could open a treadmill studio tomorrow. We could call it Blue Theory, or we could call it, Gray Theory, whatever we wanted to do. And we would have the exact same treadmills. We could run the exact same programming. Nothing stops us from going right across the street from every one of these companies, or for anyone else entering the marketplace. What we have really is a tech play, because we have not only just invented the combination of a soft surface and a rear restraint system that we protect. We also have technology in how you count the footsteps and convert that into mileage and speed. So we do all that stuff with a console that basically gives the user complete feedback. And if we want to, and when we are ready to add a component for home, we can do all kinds of programming that we can stream to someone so they can get the benefits of a better workout that's easier on your body and run classes the same way out of our own studios. So really, Peloton's trying to run it out of a few of their studios. We have a recurring revenue model in the studios. We also have a recurring revenue model in the ability to sell a home version with a subscription service. So two verticals with recurring revenue models. The only non-recurring revenue model would be the third vertical, which would be the equipment sales themselves. So we're really excited about all the different ways that this thing can monetize.
It just sounds amazing, Paul. I'm so excited about this. All right, that's Paul Toback, CEO and co-founder of Sproing Fitness. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.